Okay, for this integral, we are going to apply a different strategy. Let's go ahead and take the square root to both the numerator and the denominator using properties of square roots. And now I'm going to multiply numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the bottom. So this is going to be square root of 1 minus 4x, and this is going to be square root of 1 minus 4x. And so now that will give me square root of something times itself gets rid of the square root sign. And the denominator, they're both underneath, so you can multiply them together underneath. And we've got 1, outers and inners cancel. Last is minus 16x squared dx. So by doing a little algebra, we've now expressed this a little differently so that we can use trig sub now. So I'm going to draw a triangle, and here's theta. I'm going to label it so this ends up being one of the sides. So I know the hypotenuse must be 1, and this side opposite is 4x. So if I did a Pythagorean theorem, I'd get 1 minus 16x squared. So my trig sub is going to be sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse, and I'm going to divide both sides by that 4 so that I can solve this for x, and then I'm going to get dx. So dx is going to be 1/4 cosine theta d theta. Let's go back to our integral now, and let's do the trig substitution then. So this is going to be 1 minus 4, putting in a 1/4 sine x. The 4 and the 1/4 will cancel, so this will be sine, not x, but sine theta. And that's going to be over square root of 1 minus 16. And then we've got 1/4 sine theta squared, which is 1/16 sine squared theta. And then we also need to replace our dx with 1/4 cosine theta d theta. Okay, let's see what we could do to simplify. The 16 and the 1/16 will cancel. I have 1 minus sine squared theta, which is cosine squared theta, but it's underneath the square root. And square and the square will cancel and leave me a cosine theta, which will cancel with the cosine theta above. So let's go down and rewrite what we have. We have the integral of 1 minus sine theta. It looks like I've still got this 1/4 right here, so I'm going to put that out in front. D theta. Everything else canceled. Alright, so we can just go ahead and work that integral now. So that's going to be 1/4, integrate 1 and get theta, and this is going to be plus cosine theta, since its derivative is minus sine theta, plus a constant. Okay, now we just need to get it back in terms of x, and we're going to use our triangle to do that. And so we have our connection right here. Sine theta equals 4x, so if we needed to know theta, we could do the arc sine to undo the sine on the left, and it brings it over here on the right. So arc sine of 4x, and so this is going to be 1/4 arc sine 4x plus, we've got 1/4 still, I need to distribute this to both, cosine theta. So back to the triangle, and looking at this triangle, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's going to be the square root of 1 minus 16x squared, and I'm out of room, put it down below, plus a constant.